Town Board Reorganization Meeting. Please rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Jeff Renahan, first ward.
Bill Carlos, second ward.
Michael Swoll, fourth ward.
Ann Schurshin, sixth ward.
Felicia Salvatore, Town Clerk.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jim Nelson, attorney for the town.
Megan Clementi, Vandewater and Vandewater.
John Baisley, Town Supervisor. Welcome everybody to tonight's meeting. On tonight's meeting, we have number one items of public hearing for senior citizen exemption change. 2A is appointment attorneys to the town, Vandewater and Vandewater. 2A, appoint attorneys to the town, Wallace and Wallace. 3, adopt the non-union salary schedule. 4, appoint the emergency chain of command. 5, appoint the emergency interim successors. 6, appoint the Bureau of Fire Prevention appointees. 7, appoint the town historian and members. 8, appoint the town delegate for Association of Towns. 9, appoint the Records Management Advisory Board, Jessica Savidio. 10, appoint the Conservation Advisory Commission, Margaret Sloan. 11, appoint Joint City Town Board Member, John Baisley. 12, appoint Brendan Fitzpatrick, Sewer Maintenance Mechanic. 13, appoint Fiona Riley, Police Officer. 14, accept the disability retirement, Tiffany Della Camara, Police Officer. 15, accept the resignation of William Freer, Maintenance Mechanic in the Police Department. 16, accept the resignation of Al Talia Anderson in the Police Department. 17, designation official of banks. Adopt the 2023 official holiday schedule. 19, designation of 2023 Town Board meeting schedule. 20, adopt and approve the 2023 highway rental rates. 21, approve and adopt the 2023 highway supplies. 22, authorize the 2023 agreement to expend highway funds, 284 agreement. 23, adopt the rules of the town board. 24, authorize bonds for town officials. 25, the adjustment of the holiday schedule for the highway department due to leaf pickup. 26, authorize the business mileage reimbursement. 27, authorize the supervisor to invest in New York class. 28, authorize grant writing services with millennial grant writers. 29, authorize a tax cert for Stop and Shop. 30, authorize the supervisor to sign the LOA for Emergency 1. 31, appoint board member reappointments. 32, a resolution for FOIL appeal. 33, waive a 30-day liquor license for La Vicna Mexican Restaurant, Food and Bar on Raymond Avenue. 34, authorize bidding highway storage building documents. With that, I'd like to make a motion for any public comment on any item on the agenda besides a public hearing.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Is there anybody that would like to discuss any item on the agenda? If not, make a motion to resume the rules.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to move item 13 and 12 to number 2 and 3, right after we do the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. I'd like to make a motion to open public hearing 1, which is a senior citizen exemption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there anybody here to discuss the senior citizen exemption change that we have on the agenda for tonight's public hearing?
I see no one.
No, not? Motion to close the public hearing?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Just before you read that, Jeff, just so people know, all this is a change. Our rate for the senior exemption was at, the highest was $32,400. We're now moving up to $37,400. So the seniors that were here do not lose their exemption with the increase in Social Security this year. So this is for people that make under $37,000. This is to make sure they don't lose that exemption, and it'll still help them. They're getting, I think, about a 7% increase on their Social Security. This may put some of those people over a limit.
Okay. Be enacted that the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie pursuant to a duly noticed public hearing held on January 4, 2023 at 7 p.m. at the town hall, town of Poughkeepsie, 1 Overrock Road, Poughkeepsie, New York, does hereby amend by local law, town code, chapter 183, entitled Article I, Senior Citizens Exemption, specifically 183-2A, with the language to be added underlined and the language to be deleted stricken, as shown in Exhibit A. And be it resolved that the legal notice of the public hearing was posted on December 19th, 2022, and published in the Poughkeepsie Journal on December 22nd, 2022. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does determine that the adoption of this amendment is not an action under the New York State Environmental Conservation Law, and no environmental review is required. And be it further resolved that said local law amendment shall become effective immediately upon filing with the Secretary of State. So move.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Number 12?
You want to move that?
With number 12 there?
12 and 13.
We do
We're doing 12 first, though.
12 first, then 13, then 14, okay.
We're doing 14.
Make a motion to amend the agenda to move,
No, we did that already.
we already did that?
Yep,
Yep, we just have to read number 12.
just 12.
Yep,
We're moving up 12 and 13.
yeah. I'll read
Okay.
12 if you have it there. Well, no.
I have it right
Okay,
here.
all right.
Be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint Brendan Fitzpatrick to the position of Sewer Maintenance Mechanic with the Sewer Department at the grade 6, step 4 salary of $25.34.26 per hour, effective January 4th, 2023, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 8 nor more than 26 weeks per civil service law. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Welcome aboard and much needed position. Good luck, Brendan.
Be resolved, Town Board, Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint Fiona Riley to the position of full-time police officer under the provisions of civil service law at the starting yearly salary of $58,429.60, effective January 9th, 2023, which appointment is subject to probationary period of not less than 26 nor more than 52 weeks per civil service law. And be it further resolved that the supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by the Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. Any questions on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Congratulations, Fiona. Welcome aboard.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, that I will support the Constitution of the United States
And the Constitution of the State of New York.
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
And that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of
the duties of
Town of Poughkeepsie Police Officer
Town of Poughkeepsie Police Officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
Item 2.
2A. Go to Ann, will do it once they clean up.
Go, Liz.
Good night.
Thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ed.
Be it resolved that the town board finds pursuant to the town procurement policy, Article 3C, that it is in the best interest of the town to reappoint Vanderwater LLP as the attorneys of the town of Poughkeepsie pursuant to town law 22B for 2023 without the solicitation of alternative proposals, and hereby designate it to provide such legal services at the town hall at the town board meetings and by phone consultation for $119,000 to provide the balance of the required legal services at a rate of $206.50 per hour for partners and counsel, $193.50 per hour for associates, $102.70 per hour for paralegals, subject to a shared annual cap of $65,000, together with the zoning and planning board pass-through fund services as requested, and to represent the town in litigation matters as separately assigned from time to time, and tax certiorari matters at $215 for partners and counsel, $193.60 for associates, and $102.70 per hour for paralegals. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Be it resolved that for the 2023, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie is hereby find pursuant to Town Procurement Policy Article 3C that it is in the best interest of the town to reappoint Wallace & Wallace LLP pursuant to Section 22B of the Town Law to act as attorney for the town without solicitation of alternate proposals, and thus reappointed to provide services for code enforcement advice and litigation in the Town of Poughkeepsie Town Courts regarding zoning, noise control, animal control, building code control and violations, parking violations, vehicle and traffic enforcement at the rate of $187.25 per hour, subject to an annual cap of $60,000 in the legal department budget line, with any surplus reverting to the general fund at the end of the year 2023, together with the zoning board and planning board pass-through funded services at the rate of $206.50 per hour for partners of counsel and senior associate attorneys, $193.50 per hour for associates, and $102.70 per hour for paralegals, with zoning and planning board matters at those rates subject to a shared cap of $65,000 per year, and litigated matters of $215 for partners and counsel, $193.60 for associates, and $102.70 per hour for paralegals. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions on this one? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Be it resolved, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby approved and adopt the non-union salary schedule for the year 2023, a copy of which is attached hereto and incorporated herein. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Resolution number 4, be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint the following individuals as the emergency chain of command for the year 2023, to wit, 1, John J. Baisley, 2, Michael Safone, 3, Jeffrey Renahan. So moved.
Second.
Need a motion and a second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Be resolved, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint the following individuals as emergency interim successors for the year 2023 as requested by Dutchess County Department of Emergency Response, and does hereby specify their rank and order of succession as listed the following individuals: 1, Michael Safone; 2, Jeffrey Renahan; 3, Bill Carlos. And be it further resolved, the supervisor is hereby authorized, empowered, and directed to execute the emergency interim successor designation form and return it to the DC Department of Emergency Response. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby reappoint Ann Shershin and Jeffrey Renahan to the Bureau of Fire Prevention for the Town of Poughkeepsie for a 3-year term effective January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2025. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Be it resolved, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie is hereby appoint John Penn as the town historian for the period January 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2023. Be it further resolved, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie is hereby appoint Colleen McCarthy and Ann Carton Adams to Historical Preservation Commission for a term January 1st, 2023 to April 19th, 2027, pursuant to the recommendation of the town historian. So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. And can you just remind them that the reason these two are on here, they never got their,
Yeah, they didn't get their sworn in.
Yeah.
So.
I told John.
So. And also too, eventually I would like to see the town historian get a 2-year term. We used to always have a 2-year term for them, but now it's One.
Last year it was one, so we had to finish up the year.
Okay.
Be resolved, the town board of town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint John J. Baisley as a delegate to the Association of Towns, and be it further resolved, the town board of town of Poughkeepsie does hereby authorize and approve the attendance of all elected and non-elected officials with prior town board approval to the annual meetings of the Associations of Towns. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second. Any questions?
I have all the information on those meetings if anybody wants to come to my office and see what they're offering in February, just,
And they are good classes.
Yeah.
They're good classes, and it's not a bad ride by train to go down and come back. If you only want to go for one day out of the parade, it's President's Day weekend. They are pretty good. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Resolution number 9. Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint to the Records Management Advisory Board Jessica Servideo for a 2-year term expiring December 31st, 2024. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Be resolved, the town board of town of Poughkeepsie does hereby reappoint Margaret Sloman to the Conservation Advisory Commission for a 2-year term, which term will run from January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2024. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Be it resolved, the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby reappoint John J. Baisley to the Joint City Town Water Board for a 3-year term, which term will run from January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2025. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Whereas the town of Poughkeepsie has received a determination regarding the application of town of Poughkeepsie Police Officer Tiffany C. Della Camara for disability retirement from the Office of New York State Controller, New York State and Local Police Retirement System dated December 14, 2022. Whereas said determination found that Ms. Della Camara is permanently incapacitated for performance of her duties as a town of Poughkeepsie officer. Now therefore be resolved, the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie is hereby concur with the Office of New York State Controller's office determination, and her disability retirement is effective immediately. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second. Any questions?
I wish her well.
Agreed. Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Be it resolved that the town board of town of Poughkeepsie does hereby accept with regret the resignation of maintenance mechanic William Freer from the town of Poughkeepsie Police Department effective December 27, 2022. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Be it resolved, town board, town of Poughkeepsie does hereby accept with regret the resignation of police assistant Atiella Anderson from the town of Poughkeepsie Police Department effective December 30th, 2022. So moved.
Second?
We have a motion second. Any questions? I'd like to wish Alitalia luck in her new position. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Be it resolved, the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby designate the following banks as the official banks for the town of Poughkeepsie for the period January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023, to wit, Webster Bank, Signature Bank, TD Bank. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Be it resolved, the town board of town of Poughkeepsie is hereby declare and adopt the following official holidays for the year 2023 to wit. New Year's Day, Monday, January 2nd, 2023. Martin Luther King Day, Monday, January 16th, 2023. President's Day, Monday, February 20th, 2023. Memorial Day, Monday, May 29th, 2023. Independence Day, Tuesday, July 4th, 2023. Labor Day, Monday, September 4th, 2023. Columbus Day, Monday, October 9th, 2023. Election Day, Tuesday, November 7th, 2023. Veterans Day, Friday, November 10th, 2023. Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, November 2023. Day after Thanksgiving, Friday, November 2024. Christmas Day, Monday, December 25th, 2023. So moved.
Second.
The motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Whereas the town board of town of Poughkeepsie has determined that a regular meeting of the board shall be held on the first and third Wednesday of each month, with the committee of the whole meeting to be held on the second Wednesday of each month, for the year 2023 unless otherwise noted. Now therefore be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby adopt the 2023 Town Board meeting schedule, a true copy of which is attached hereto and incorporated herein, and be it further resolved, said meeting shall be at the Town Hall, Town of Poughkeepsie, 1 over Rocket Road, Poughkeepsie, New York, and shall commence at 7 p.m. unless otherwise noted. So moved.
Second.
Get a motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Resolution number 20, whereas the proposals were solicited for the Highway Department rental rates for the year 2023, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby approve and adopt the Highway Department rental rates for the year 2023 per the recommendations of the Highway Superintendent of Highways, true copies of which are on file in the town clerk's office for public inspection. So moved.
Second.
Get a motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Whereas bids were solicited for the highway supplies for the year 2023, and whereas said bids were received and opened, now therefore be it resolved, the Town Board, Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby award the bids for the highway supplies for the year 2023 as per the recommendation of the highway superintendent as outlined in the documentation attached hereto and made a part thereof. So moved.
Second.
Get a motion second. Any questions on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Be it resolved, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby authorize, adopt, and approve the execution of an agreement pursuant to Section 284 of the New York State Highway Law to exempt town highway funds in 2023 according to the terms and conditions set forth therein, a true copy of which is attached hereto and made a part of hereof. So moved.
Second.
Get a motion second. Any questions on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie is hereby adopt the annexed rules of the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie, a copy of which is attached hereto and incorporated herein. So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Be resolved, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby declare and direct that the bonds for all town officials be continued in the same manner as heretofore established with the same force and effect. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Resolution number 25, be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby adjust the holiday schedule for the Highway Department due to its leaf pickup commitments on Election Day and Veterans Day as follows. Election Day, November 7th, 2023, changed to August 3rd, 2023, and Veterans Day, November 10th, 2023, changed to December 26th, 2023. So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Be resolved, the Town Board, Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby continue the amount paid for business mileage reimbursement at the current IRS rate. So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Be resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby authorize the supervisor to invest with the New York Cooperative Liquid Asset Security System and to execute the necessary municipal cooperation agreement and such other documents that are necessary to allow these investments. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Be it resolved, the town board finds that it will be in the best interest of the town and does hereby authorize the supervisor to execute a contract between the town of Poughkeepsie and Millennium Strategies LLC to provide grant writing services without the solicitation of additional proposals pursuant to the town procurement policy, Article 3C, which contract will be in effect from January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023, renewable from year to year as agreed by the parties in substantially the form as presented. So moved.
Second.
Got a motion, second. Any questions? The only thing I'd like to say with this is they've done very well by us, working with us and looking for grants, even ones that we didn't get. The amount of grants they brought to the table has been great, and last year we got a phenomenal amount of money from them. And going forward, they've helped us with the Spack and Kill Pump Station, that more than 50% of it coming in as grant money so far. So they've definitely earned their stay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby authorize the settlement of the tax certiorari proceedings instituted by Stop and Shop Companies, Inc. for property located in the Town of Poughkeepsie and designated as tax grid number 6261-01-085910 for the 2021-22 tax assessment roll as shown on the attached consent order and judgments. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby authorize the supervisor or his designate town assessor Jennifer Mund and Kyle Barnett of Vanderwater and Vanderwater LLP to sign such papers as are necessary to effectuate said settlement. So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any questions? Just so people know, this Stop and Shop company is actually the Kmart across the street. So the assessed value will be basically a decent value because the building's coming down within the next couple of weeks. So I think this is one of the better settlements that we've been lucky with because it was definitely high. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Resolution number 30, whereas Emergency One currently provides employee drug screening, inoculations, COVID PCR tests, and various other medical services to the Town of Poughkeepsie. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie, pursuant to Town of Poughkeepsie Procurement Policy, Article 3, B, and C, does hereby authorize the supervisor to execute a contract with Emergency One to provide professional services to town employees through December 31st, 2023, in substantially the form annexed and on additional insurance requirements acceptable to the town supervisor and the attorney to the town. The execution of said contract being a type 2 action requiring no secret review. So moved.
Second.
Get a motion and a second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Be resolved, the Town Board, Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby reappoint Judith Clemente to a position on the Town of Poughkeepsie Board of Ethics, which term expires on February 28th, 2024, and Lisa Stevens to a term which expires on February 28th, 2025. So moved.
Second.
Get a motion and a second. Any questions?
I'm just glad Judith agreed to come back.
Judith has to come in and do her. She has to come and do her oath.
I'll
All
get
those
in
in
touch.
favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Whereas Christopher Sudis has filed an appeal received on December 6, 2022, annexed from the Town of Poughkeepsie Police Department, November 21st, 2022 denial, annex of his FOIL request received on November 14th, 2022, which sought all documents relating to all investigations conducted by the department in relationship to 3 separate penalty law sections since January 1st, 2022. And whereas the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie, having considered the applicable legal standards and the facts now therefore determines, be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby.
Before you go further with this, this ends as Ms. Shersham did with grant or deny. And what I did was I worked with Captain Cropley, because in this FOIL appeal, which came in after it was denied, Mr. Surdis wrote to the town and he said he appeals. And he asked also that the town reconsider his request. And so I reviewed it with the captain, and he worked out through the facts. And so I've attached to this resolution a letter which was written to him. And the letter happens to explain that if the matter came back to the police department, it would be denied because the records which were requested were not sufficiently specifically defined so that they could be found in a reasonable amount of time. So it's obviously up to this board to grant this appeal and tell the police department to go through the documents, or you could come up with your own reasons, or if you wanted to, you could adopt the reasons that are in the letter that was written to Mr. Surdis, telling him that it would be denied.
I vote to adopt the rules that are in the letter that you sent him, the denial reason.
I second that. We got the address right on this. It's Christopher Surdis, 280 Phoebe Lane, Delhi. detention at the Delaware County Jail. He's incarcerated?
That was the return address, yes.
Okay.
Anybody got any other questions?
So
And you can
who
finish.
seconded that?
I second it.
Want to finish reading it?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so we're denied, correct?
Yes.
This FOIL appeal for the following reasons, so moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. And see letter attached to this resolution.
Is that the reasons?
Yes, the attached
Yes.
letter.
For correspondence attached.
Be it resolved, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie is hereby acknowledge receipt of request on behalf of La Vicna Mexican Southwestern Food and Bar, Inc., 60 Raymond Avenue, Poughkeepsie, New York, for waiver of the 30-day renewal period for a liquor license application. And be it further resolved, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie is hereby approve the town clerk's forwarding of a waiver and consent pursuant to the attached request. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Best of luck on your home.
Whereas Highway Superintendent Simon has proposed that bids by authorized for the construction of a 40 by 60 foot post frame storage building and separate bids for the necessary electrical truncheon, cable, fitting and fixtures, with the work to be performed at the Highway Department headquarters, Apronette Boulevard, Poughkeepsie, New York. Now therefore be resolved that the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby authorize Town Clerk Salvatore and Superintendent Simon to advertise for bids for the construction of the above building and separately for the above electrical work pursuant to plans and specifications, which will be available to the public on January 11, 2023. In the office of the town clerk with a suggested but not mandatory pre-bid site visit on January 24, 2023 at Apronette Boulevard, Poughkeepsie, New York at 10 a.m. The bid opening is to be held on February 6, 2023 at 11 a.m. at the Town Hall Meeting Room, 1 Over Rock Road, Poughkeepsie, New York, and a potential bid award to be made by the Town Board on February 15, 2023. And be it further resolved that the cost of the project is anticipated to be paid for from funds previously budgeted and appropriated, and the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie reserves to itself the right to accept or reject all bids in whole or part. And be it further resolved that because the proposed storage building will have a gross square footage of less than 4,000 square feet, this project is a type 2 action requiring no environmental review. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. That brings us to the end of our agenda. I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules for any item at all.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And we ask anybody that would like to speak, please limit your time to 3 minutes. Is there anybody that would like to speak?
Larry?
Larry?
Hello, I am Larry Trappell, and I am here tonight because, as you might well know, Vassar's President Bradley again will have deer killed in the preserve. They have been baiting, the tents are up, and killing will start any day. Vassar staged the killing last January, ignoring the effects of EHD in the local area. Everyone notices there are far fewer deer, and observers inside the preserve often do not see a single deer. Bill Connors, the hunting columnist for the Poughkeepsie Journal, wrote on November 23rd, "Last week I was told by one expert that Dutchess County has been hammered by epizootic hemorrhagic disease. But even at that, there are areas here where deer seem to be plentiful and others where you would believe there are no deer left on the landscape. This is why we see such large variations of deer in Poughkeepsie. So last year, Vassar had the DEC issue them 45 tags, reflecting their desire to essentially commit genocide on the local deer population. Vassar's deception also is stunning. If you look at the first page of the handout that I gave you, On November 17th, President Bradley personally responded to a request to suspend the killing, in which Bradley stated, quote, "EHD is a localized disease that we have been regularly monitoring for. We have seen no evidence of EHD-infected deer on campus or on the preserve." But below that is Vassar's DEC application by Marianne Begeman and Carrie Van Camp that we obtained by FOIL request, which states, quote, "2 dead deer were found in water bodies on campus during our fall surveys. Fever often causes deer that are suffering from EHD to die in or near the water bodies." So either Bradley is not telling the truth or the staff is hiding it from her. And who knows how many more deer might have died from EHD but were not recorded. On pages 2 and 3 are the 2018 USDA charges and Vassar's total financial plan amounting to $15,000. This is the typical cost of using 2 tents for 3 days of killing. But the last page is showing an alternative to slaughtering deer, a program that injects the contraception PZP by darting female deer. Not only can it work, but it would likely be much less expensive. Vassar has never made any attempt to even try it. I appreciate that in the past, several board members have attempted to stop this, but the full board could now take a firmer stance and request that it be stopped. The preserve is in a heavily populated area, and incredibly, they have moved the town shooting tent to the very edge of the preserve, just 100 feet from the parking lot of the Hudson Valley Credit Union, and next door to Our Lady of Lourdes High School. Vassar should not be allowed to dictate that they will shoot and kill deer as they please. As there is no more time to ponder this, I ask that you act immediately. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Is there anybody else who would like to speak? Come on up.
Good evening. Well,
Hello.
My name is Danielle Mattis. I'm a resident of the town, and I agree with everything that Larry just stated. Larry and I do some activism work together, and I, as a town resident, was not even aware of this practice. When my husband and I found out that this was happening, we were frankly disgusted, really concerned that this deer massacre was happening in our community and really hasn't been publicized in a way that I feel gives community members the opportunity to speak out against it or protect themselves and try to be safe. And I really find it horribly cruel that these deer are lured for months with food into this area just to be killed. If there was a true overpopulation problem, I don't think we would have this need to lure them into the area. And it's just making the whole practice feel really cruel and unnecessary. Not to mention dangerous for the reasons Larry stated, being incredibly close to the community. The preserve itself is very close to our home. And I've seen fewer and fewer deers over the last several years. Many of my neighbors have agreed, and I've let my neighbors know about this practice, and none of them knew it was happening either, and have frankly been disturbed when they find out. As an attorney, I do understand the town's concerns that regarding our ability to take a legal stance here and be able to actually legally challenge or prohibit this practice. But I would ask at the very least that the board publicly condone this practice and ask that it stops. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else? Motion to resume rules?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Ryan? Jim?
Yep.
Oh, he's got to talk to the chief.
So I got one of those.
Yes.
You have something? Okay.
Sorry.
That's good. Be resolved, the town board of the town of Poughkeepsie does hereby adjourn to executive session to consider the following matters subject to the attorney-client privilege, and be it further resolved that no action appropriating money will be taken. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The town of Poughkeepsie goes into executive session at 7:40 PM, and I ask that the chief of police please come and join us. Thank you.